Catalonia to me is it is a it's a journey of art, culture, and flavor. Okay, just picture yourself standing on a crossroads of culture, history, and stunning landscapes. Every corner holds a story, and every dish sings a song. Na, 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 like that. Anyway, it's a captivating region in the northeast of Spain. And as you see here on the screen, the tour is going to run from November the 7th until the 16th, which is from a Friday until the following Sunday, the following week, of course. And well, it's a land full of contrast. Let me just let you know exactly geographically where Catalonia is located. If you see here, which I don't know why it's not, can you see that map now, please? If I need a hand. Yes, you see the map. Perfect. Thank you so much. So that is the map of Spain, where the logo of guided by is that gap there is not water, that is Portugal, but it's just showing the borders with Portugal. So you see that the southernmost peak is where Gibraltar is, to the right is the Mediterranean, and the darker part is Catalonia. And well, as I said, to the north is the Pyrenees and then France. And to the east is where the Mediterranean is. To the west is the rest of the country. And there you have the main airport of the region, which is Barcelona, has connections, direct connections with most of the important capitals in Europe, and also international intercontinental flights. They land there as well. So it's a very handy. We are staying in the same hotel every single night of the tour. And well, we are dedicating one day to the city, another day to a daily excursion. Okay, it's just a day excursion to go. For example, we're going to go to some places I will mention later on. Okay, as I said, it's a land of contrast, and if it is Barcelona, the city, which is like a bursting place, a lot of like any big city, the marina, the traffic is always kind of messy in the peak hours. This is the only hill in the city of Barcelona, what you see on the screen is the hill of Montjuic, and behind is just the water. And this is Plaza de España, Spain Square. And as you see here is the marina, a very important hub for not only cruise liners, that there's a lot going on every day, and also for commercial and cargo. Well, besides that, Catalonia, and especially Barcelona, is very much recognized all around the world by because of Antoni Gaudí, whose architectural wonders, like what you see on the screen, the Sagrada Familia, and also the Park Güell, which is another of his masterpieces, defies the limits of imagination. Every curve, mosaic, and spire tells a tale of passion and genius. Let's not forget most of his pieces. This is Casa Batlló, also very close to, everything is within walking distance in Barcelona, although you also have the chance to use public transportation, which is very convenient. This is a little detail of one of the balconies that's from the distance. Let me just go back again. They look like face masks, but when you get a little bit closer, you can actually see the shape of the balconies. Of course, Catalonia is not only known because of Antonio Gaudí. Also, that genius called Salvador Dali, that sometimes crosses the border, or that thin line of geniuses and madness. Okay, that line is very, very thin. This is a snapshot I took on his hometown, Figueras, and is the old theater that was destroyed in the Spanish Civil War. He bought it in the early 60s, if I'm not mistaken, and he dedicated part of his life to renovate the entire building and make it like his, I would say, his personal print of surrealism. So just a mannequin there on a window, and what you see above They are real hand wash basins, believe it or not. And also look at this other strange sculpture that you can find at the entrance of his museum, together with this voluptuous figure of a lady. I mean, he was touching all those type of um, styles, like this, for instance, one of his famous elephants with long legs, and well, not only Gaudi, not only Salvador Dali, but we also have Picasso. Although he was born in Malaga, my hometown, in case you didn't know, he spent his youth in Barcelona. And that's where he developed part of, if not all, of the art, together with the people that they were in the 20s in Barcelona, the Art Nouveau times and the Belle Epoque times as well. But all this translated to what is in the south of the Pyrenees. Okay, now here, this is another snapshot I took from the Roman theater in Tarragona, which was the capital city of one of the provinces that the Roman Empire had at the beginning of this era. And we have a visit. Is one of the days that we're going. It's barely an hour and a half south of Barcelona. This is the cathedral also of Tarragona as well. And of course, the gastronomy. Barcelona has a reputation for having wonderful restaurants, specialities that you cannot find anywhere else. And of course, my beloved jamon serrano, as usual. This is Iberian ham, which is, as you know, an endemic race of pigs that they're raised in the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, and well, that's all about the Catalonian. Let's focus now on the essence of southern Spain, which to me is a passionate celebration for life. The heart of Spain, or Spaniards, sorry, beats to the rhythm of flamenco, and I would say, like, the air carries the scent of orange blossoms and history. In the south of Spain, I just invite you to join for next year, this tour, which is called The Essence of Southern Spain. By the way, that photo that you can see now together with mine is this is Malaga. This is my hometown. That we do visit the city on the way from Granada, where we start, to Sevilla. All right. So here you have a map. Is If you see that on the northeast is where Catalonia is located, where we were talking up to now, and now we're talking about the south. The starting point will be Granada, where we're staying 4 nights, and then 5 nights in Sevilla. In the day we are moving from one place to another is when we are going to visit the city of Malaga, my hometown. Being from there, of course, I cannot help but show you the wonders and the beauty of the gastronomy as well of Malaga. Okay, so focusing now, let's start from Sevilla. As you see on the left-hand side, it is the tower of the former big mosque that used to be in Sevilla, because it was a capital of one of the Caliphate kingdoms that happened in the Iberian Peninsula. We were dominated by the Arabs from the year 711 until 1492. And that year probably sounds very familiar to most of you, which is when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But also in Spanish history, we have that date, very important date, because many other things happened. The conquer of the last bastion of the Moorish kingdom, which was the kingdom of Granada. And here you have the photo of the Alhambra with a beautiful half moon on the top. Here you have the iconic patio of the lions, one of the Alhambra, I have to tell you, is a complex of different palaces, and it wasn't built in one go. It was built stage by stage, depending on the needs. First, it was like a fortress just to defend the hill, and secondly, they found a way. Although it is on a hill, on the top of a hill, they found a way to take the water from the top of the mountain and run through all over the complex, only with the gravity We're talking about the 12th, 13th, and 14th century. So, and also part of the 15th, I'm sorry. So, what happened? No pumps, no motors in those days. So, everything had to be with imagination. And I have to tell you that the Arabs, they were masters in many fields. And one of them was architecture and engineering. So, this is another view of the Patio of the Lions. Although, let me go back to the previous one. Here you are, and this other one. Don't you think that it's going to be like that? It took me hours to get those photos without people in it. Now it's okay if you have photos, but I would always like, this kind of presentation without, okay, it looks like a postcard, but it's my postcard because I took that photo. Alrighty. Well, um, also, we visit one of another wonder of nature that is the Cathedral of Cordoba, which is a former mosque. And here you can see the Arabic influence. And inside of the cathedral is where inside of the mosque is where you find the Gothic cathedral. I'm not placing any pictures in here because I don't want to make any spoiler, because it is absolutely breathtaking just to be inside of a former mosque, which is not used any longer for their services, for Arabic services or Muslim services, I better say. And then suddenly, in the middle of that huge complex, you find the cathedral. Of course, Andalusia is the home of flamenco. Your show will be there waiting for you, and the land of the tapas and the good wine. You see one of my favorites bars. This one is specifically in Malaga, just in front of the market. It's been running for more than 120 years. And of course, the gastronomy being by the water. Not only this is not specifically just to Malaga. Andalusia geographically is very, very close, the entire inland, to the water. So here you have some delicacies that you have available in most of the town. And I'm just going to say goodbye to all of you and thank you, because what I do, just showing you this photo, because what I do with all my groups that I take here and there, I have a little bit of marketing issues with my t-shirts. There you see the traveling with Jorge, the map of Spain. And I always ask my groups that I take around if they don't mind to take the t-shirt with them and make a photo. This one specifically is made in Toledo. I'm based in Madrid. I live in Madrid, although I'm from Malaga, as I told you, but I've been in Madrid for many, many years, being a tour guide since 1997. And this is my little ritual. Something very, very funny has happened to me when I do this, which is people look at us like, I can see the question in their faces, like saying, "Hey, is this a school or what is happening here?" All right. So, anyway, that's everything for now. Thank you so much to everybody for listening.